I guess, what is D&I? Accepting different people, different genders, different races into your organization. And the I part is really valuing their perspective, valuing their contribution, celebrating their culture. I think we do a really good job of it at Google NYC when we have Culture Club and we celebrate things like Diwali, or for me, Persian New Year, which is Eid. I think it's great to be able to have the opportunity to share our culture with our colleagues and really enlighten them as to why we think the way that we do, or what our cultural background is. D&I in the work context is really just embracing and accepting different perspectives, valuing different ideas even if they're different from your own. And what makes Google great is that we're able to really voice how we feel and what we think, and at the end of the day, one of our core principles is to disagree and to commit. Even if we don't agree with each other, we agree that we need to reach a decision and to move forward and to continue building products and serving our customers. What unconscious bias is to me is really, the solution is bringing consciousness to the unconscious bias, but unconscious bias in and of itself, I think, is a product of our conditioning. And when I say conditioning, I mean how we were raised, the environment that we grew up in, the types of people and the mindsets of those people that we were exposed to. And I think, for people that have never left their hometown or their family village, there's a lot of unconscious bias there, and it's hard to break out of that. But when you're in the company of people that value D&I, they really help you open your mind so that you can understand kind of what other people's perspectives and ways of looking at things are. And so the key is really to accept that we all have unconscious bias, A, acceptance, and then B, to really bring awareness to that, right? And understand that, hey, maybe I'm uncomfortable in this situation because of the way that I was raised or the environment that I grew up in, and work to actively change that mindset, to open up your mind to new ideas, new possibilities, and other people's perspectives and opinions. When my perspective and my input and my contributions were valued, and I felt that I was able to really bring my full self to work and bring my full self to the social groups that I was a part of, it really allowed me to embrace that growth mindset and start propelling my career, advancing through the ranks of the different consulting positions that I had, and eventually make it to Google, which has really just been eye-opening. I mean, the level at which people are able to be themselves at work and bring their full selves in every day is really it's astounding, and it allows me to do my best work. And it allows me to really bond with my colleagues in a way that I never thought was possible. For me, I find that trying to practice empathy really helps me understand where another person's coming from. If somebody expresses a sentiment or an opinion and it kind of doesn't feel right, I like to dig a little deeper and understand where they're coming from, why they think the way that they do, how their life or their experiences might have shaped the way that they look at something. So next time you find yourself in a disagreement or talking to somebody where somebody says something and you maybe don't agree, try and dig a little deeper. Try and understand where that person's coming from. I think that's one part of it. And then the other part is just being more open-minded, really just accepting other people's perspectives and cherishing that, right? And really celebrating the different perspectives from all the diverse viewpoints that you have in a room. And I think when you work at a company like Media Agility or a company like Google, where diversity and inclusion is promoted and celebrated, it really gives you the opportunity to understand deeper where people are coming from.